I won't miss your sports picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We're the odds couple. It's week 8 in college football, week 7 in the NFL. It's Tuesday the 18th, and Mike Brenner and I are going to be giving some pick updates right now, adding some picks to our official slate. Mike Brenner, of course, coming off of a rough week, but on Monday we told him that we support him and that we're here for him, and now it's Tuesday, and you know what? We support him just as much, and we're here for him just as much as we were yesterday. And we're going to support you and be here for you all week long in your tough time right now, Mike
just
Brenner.
a gentleman. That's why they say Pistol Pete. Women love him and men want to be like him.
I tried to give you moral support yesterday, and it just kind of fell flat. So I practiced a little bit when I was at home. And
I did try to put you on that Arizona Cardinals game last night.
You're off to a great start this week. Mike Brenner gave a last-minute pick on the Monday night game. If you guys didn't catch it, Arizona first half, and he gave his reasoning why in the video.
And then I tweeted out the full game too, because Double J, another one of the correspondents here, had some info from Bet365. He said you better jump on these Cardinals. That was
really?
10. Yeah, buddy. And it cashed.
Very, very nice, Mike Brenner. All right, so it's week 8 in the college football. The totals are out. Yeah. I'm going to let's start off. I'll add a bunch of picks. They're kind of from somewhat minor games, but I'll just add them now. These lines freaking move really fast. So
they don't move as fast as you, Pistol
Pete. Hopefully I'll get decent lines here. Let me just bring up SBR odds so I can see what I'm getting here. All right, so the first one I'm going to give on the Thursday night game, right? Thursday game. Troy, South Alabama, over 49. Given that one. Troy, South Alabama, over 49. That's kind of a rivalry game. It's a primetime game, and I think I'm also leaning towards Alabama as a big dog, but I have to do a little bit more research into that because Troy is a really impressive team.
And you're killing it on them totals, Pistol
But I'm definitely taking the over Troy, South Alabama. Then I'm also going to add a sort of a similar vein, Idaho and Appalachian State, which is about 54 on the over. Idaho doesn't have much of a defense. They do have a quarterback who's very good for that caliber of team. Appalachian State has had a good defense this year, an excellent defense, but they can be scored on, I'm assuming. And
to add to that, they just finally picked up some groove in their offense. So, I like that. That might be a sharp call.
They're a strong team. I'm taking that one. Another one I'm taking, Memphis and Navy over. Navy has an offense that can be, as we know, we saw what happened against Houston. That game went to 86, and this is a very modest total. I bet it. I think I got 55.5. Now it's 56.5. So in that range, I'm taking the over. Now another one.
Not you. Another one.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to run them all down on the college.
I'm loving it.
All right, now the Purdue-Nebraska game. We've discussed this a little bit at length. I gave Purdue, gave my reasons, and then you went on it yourself at plus 24. They have a new coach. The schemes might change. I tried to figure out what he's a receivers coach, so maybe he's offensive minded. But I'm trying to figure out what the new schemes are going to be. Maybe they won't mess with them at all. I'm going to take a shot with the under on this one at about 61.5. Purdue and Nebraska under. And one more I'm going to add is going to be a side, and that's going to be New Mexico State at home as a big dog to Georgia Southern. This is another one of those lines.
I looked at that.
Yeah, it's not quite making sense to me. I mean,
Georgia, New Mexico State just won as a dog a couple weeks ago.
And then you look at Georgia Southern as a double-digit road favorite. Are they awesome?
No, they're not. Now, really? 2 years ago, I'd be all over it. I would have said this line's too low, but not right now. Not this Georgia Southern team.
New Mexico State, I'm going to. I have to check the current lines, but I got it at 14. Okay. And if it's only 13.5 market wide, then I'm going to buy up to 14. I'll do it at Pinnacle. I'll take the Pinnacle buy up. But if it's worth I
got to do a plug real quick because this has just got to happen. I'm not kidding you, Pete. Hey guys, I'm not kidding you, viewers. You got to take advantage. Pistol Pete is on a roll with his totals in college football. All right, and
doesn't last forever though.
It doesn't last forever. But number one, it covers. That tells me that it's right now. It's a good time to jump on board. So again, with that being said, and that's not just because you're my buddy and you give me moral support. It's because you deserve the attention, and these guys deserve to cash those tickets.
That's absolutely. Oh, and one more I'll give. I'm going to give. Sorry, I'm going to give the under in Charlotte and Marshall. Now, this one is tricky. It was. I think it was opened when I got it. I got it at 61.5. Then it went up to 62.5. Then it crashed down to 59. So that's not good. I bet it at 61.5. I think I'm going to have to give 59 or 59.5 in this video. I think they're just overvalued. I think they're just not that good. I think that and we know that early on in the year the Sharps were betting on them a little bit, and the Sharps got burned. They learned their lesson, and I'm on Charlotte this week, and I'm also going to take a shot with the under on that one. All right, that's it for me right now. One more I'll add. Let me add just one more, and then we'll go to your break.
I knew that was coming anyway.
This is a game that maybe you can comment on. It's a Stanford game, right? Yeah. Colorado Stanford, a fascinating game. You actually went on Stanford officially at -2. Stanford now is coming home. Colorado has covered 7 in a row.
Yes.
Now,
see, I figured that it's got to break at some point.
Right.
And I really think that win last week for Stanford. But I think this is going to be a defensive battle more
exactly.
so. Yeah.
So I'm going to take a shot with the under. I actually bet it at 48.5. It's since gone up.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of this video, I think I'm going to be able to get 49.5. I'm not exactly sure where the line went up. That is slightly concerning, but
but you did bet it at 48.5, right?
Yeah, I got it at 48.5. So now it's 49.5. So I'll get that one for this show. And that is the last one I'm going to give right now. Probably after your picks, I'll give a few more. But Mike Brenner, let's start with college. What do you want to add?
Yeah,
for
I'm just adding 2 picks, Pete. And I went deep into this, and I really feel confident. I am going first half and the game for LSU.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right? I really like it because since the Les Miles debacle, and he's gone, this team now believes in who they are for what they are now. All right. Last week they started out a little slow and then they poured it on. All right. I'm telling you. All right. That win last week, it just took them to a spot where they go, wait a minute. Now we're looking. They got 4 of the toughest games. They got Alabama, they got Arkansas, they got Florida, and Texas A&M. So they know they can't afford to do anything but stay locked in. And I really think that they're going to get the best of Ole Miss. I think LSU is going to be so loud in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything going to stop this team this week. What's the best shop line for the full game?
The full game, it's 5.5 or 6. And I'll tell you what, I agree with you, Mike Brenner. And I saw this one when it opened. I was like, it was 4.5, and I was like, man, that looks good. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit more research. Then I went away, did some research, came back, and then it was 5.5, and I was like, God damn it. God damn it.
Right.
I hate it when you do that, when you're like, you know what, I kind of like this one. Let me hold off for a second. And then you come back and it's
that never happens in this business, does it?
God damn it. All right. So,
and I want the first half. We'll give the bookmaker.
Okay, that'll be the bookmaker opener. Right now, we can, 5.5 is still available market wide. I can give you
and you know what? Fournette didn't play last week, but they got this kid Gucci or whatever. 162 yards on 2 touchdowns on 16 carries. All right, this kid has got some momentum. And again, the biggest factor for me, Pete, is this team now believes in who they are for what they are. There's no more Les Miles, and they're dangerous. They're really dangerous. So.
All right, Mike Brenner. So you said you had 2 picks. Those are 2 picks on that
That's
one game.
all I'm doing.
All right,
I'm
and then you have anything
slate.
you want to add for NFL?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's hear it,
Let's
Mike
get
Brenner.
going.
Let's
How
hear
about
it,
you? You got anything for NFL?
There's some things that I'm leaning towards.
You know what?
I will give them.
All right, let's go. You give it first.
You want me to go first? All right. We discussed. We touched on this in the injury video that we just did with Jordan Sharp. We talked about the total with the Pats in Pittsburgh. Now New England, they just have an offense that can score on anyone right now. Assume 30 points a game for them. If they're a 15-point favorite, you think the other team's going to get 20. Maybe you want to bet against them. But I'm assuming 30 points a game from them against anyone except maybe Denver and the elite defenses. And I'm going to take a shot with the over. I understand why the total has crept down a little bit. It's actually 45.5 plus 104 at Pinnacle.
And you know what I like? And again, I'm not a totals guy, but anybody they face from this point on is going to want to put together a game plan like they haven't done all year because they know this is their Super Bowl. So they're going to want to score points because they know they have to. So with that being said, Pete, I think that's and that's 45?
45.5. 45.5 plus 104 at Pinnacle. And then I'll tell you what, there's another one. This one I did bet, but
he's opened up the can of worms.
Well,
Here we go.
On the opening line, I took the over 50.5 in San Diego, Atlanta. Now it's all the way up to 53. So I feel good about the bet there, but I don't think I can give it a 53. But that definitely has mid-50s written all over it. That one.
Doubt.
All right, Mike Brenner. I think that's the only one I'm going to add. What are you going to add for NFL Week 7?
Okay, I am definitely adding this. I went deep and. Rex Ryan had a team meeting, and he said, look, hey, if anybody is just getting, flying too high, and I thought he would be the first one. He's not. He said, it's time to come down because we're 0-0. This is an exact quote. We are 0-0. This is our first game this week. All right, he says he wants this team totally focused and to stay the course. You know what? I like it because the best part about what's happening with Buffalo is this defense, which was already good, is slowly getting better under Ryan's brother, which a lot of people didn't think so. But this quarterback, and I was the first one, I'm telling you, Tyrod Taylor, my hat's off. He's only asked to manage the game, use his feet as a weapon when needed, and they're going to absolutely just beat up. I think the Dolphins are just like so ecstatic that they got the win. All right, I'm telling you, this is a dangerous spot for the Dolphins. The Bills are going to go in. I want the full game, and is it still available at -2?
It is no. It is
2.5
it's 2.5 or 3, but it's 2.5 juiced. We can give you 2.5 minus 121, which
No,
is Pinnacle.
hell no.
Or no, actually minus 120, which is Bet Online.
Okay, you know what though? I want the 3. I think
3.
I want
you
the
sure?
3.
All right. Well, with that, we can give you -3 plus 100, which is a Greek line. Let's see if there's
that's
anything
sharp,
better.
right?
Yeah.
And if I had to take a push on a field goal, I'll take it, but I don't think this is going to be too close of a game. I don't see a huge double-digit blowout, but I see 8 to 10-point victory. I just really think Buffalo's picked up more steam, and I think Miami, by the way, does have a couple injuries that they're waiting to see. They're not going to be ruled out, but they got some nicked-up players. So
that one I was actually thinking about a shot with the over on. It makes me concerned because Buffalo's kind of going back to the ground and pound, run-oriented game.
McCoy's just on fire.
Yeah.
This guy is like found the fountain of youth. What is the total?
It's 44, 44.5, or 45. It's a very split line, market wide. What do you think? Is your sense that they're going to explode offensively or just clamp down defensively? Why do you like Buffalo?
I think it's a low-scoring game. I could see like a 21-10. This is my opinion, Pete, because I think Buffalo's strength will be the defense. They're going to definitely look at the game plan that Pittsburgh did not do correctly against this Dolphin team, and I think this team right now has so much momentum. I think they're just going to grab onto a game plan that the Dolphins aren't coming off consecutive wins. These guys are ecstatic that they won. All right, this is going to be, I think, a low-scoring game.
All right, I'm going to look into a little more. I'll hold on.
And I don't see the Dolphins scoring more than 14 or 17, at the very, very most 17.
Okay, is that it for you, Mike?
Nope,
Brenner?
I got one other
okay,
on
let's
that,
hear it, let's
and
hear
I
it.
love it. I am, I'm doing it. Cincinnati Bengals are playing who this week?
They're playing the Cleveland Browns.
Yep, I'm off of that. That was the one that Jordan was talking about. I was thinking about taking Cleveland, but I'm going to wait until we talk to our friend because something tells me he might be traveling down that road.
That's a classic Doug Upstone pick written all over it.
I was thinking about pulling the trigger and fading Cincy this week. I'm going to wait and see what Doug says.
All right, well, listen, we can do a show tomorrow, Thursday. Maybe we'll do them all those days. I'm going to add on a few other college football totals just because I haven't done my deep research into these, but I'll give them
right now you're going to add them?
Yeah, I'm going to add them right now. Just because I didn't do my deep research into them, but I'll add them. What the hell? I'm going to add Central Florida, UConn over at about 48. This one, I think I'm going to add UNC Virginia over 67. Virginia is playing very high scoring, and UNC has had a couple of low scoring games. 67. It's
that's
high.
about the amount of picks you got this week.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's UNC. You know, they have that high powered offense. It's been a little bit sluggish. The past couple weeks for understandable reasons. But I think this might be a game where they.
I'm going to ask you a favor on Friday. Is if it's possible for the wrap up show for NFL and especially college, will you give our viewers like your top 3 totals? Or are they all the same?
They're all roughly the same.
Okay.
They're all roughly the same.
That's a good answer.
I can do that. I can do that anyway, maybe. But they are all roughly the same. All right, I'm going to add on those 2, and that's it for now. I'm going to hold off on everything else
Pete, you need
for
a
now.
Gatorade
No,
after
but this
that
is
one.
good. This is there's a long video, but it was all valuable information. We gave a ton of picks on Tuesday, and we might be back tomorrow for another picks update on Wednesday, or maybe not. We'll definitely be back on Friday for our weekly recaps for both college and NFL. Nice show, Mike Brenner. Nice start to the week with the winner on Monday, and good luck with the rest of this week, Mike
That's
Brenner.
right. Let's kill it pigskin style.
So we're giving you picks every day, and you're probably making your own as well. Be sure to participate in SBR's weekly Twitter Bankroll Challenge. Just post your picks on Twitter with @SBRSportsPicks and the hashtag BetSBR before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. We'll be betting your picks, and if the bankroll is positive at the end of the week, you could win the profits. Picks must be of events taking place that day and available in at least one of the major sportsbooks shown in our Best Sportsbooks page.